Debbie Harry has long been one of the most iconic figures in music history, known as the lead singer of Blondie, a band that defined the late 1970s and early 1980s with its mix of punk, new wave, and pop. With her platinum blonde hair, magnetic stage presence, and powerful voice, she became the face of an entire movement. But while the world saw Blondie's rapid rise to fame, few understood the pain and struggles that nearly destroyed the band in 1982. At the peak of their success, Blondie seemed unstoppable, yet behind the scenes, the group was falling apart, and Debbie Harry carried the weight of the tragedy more than anyone else. By 1982, Blondie had already conquered the charts with hits like Heart of Glass, Call Me, and Rapture. They were one of the first bands to successfully merge different genres, from punk to disco to early hip-hop, breaking boundaries in the music industry. But their success came at a cost. Constant touring, pressure from record labels, and internal conflicts started to take a toll. Debbie Harry later revealed that the endless cycle of fame and work left her physically and emotionally exhausted. While fans saw the glamorous superstar, she was quietly struggling with burnout. The real breaking point for Blondie in 1982 was not just fame fatigue. It was the devastating illness of guitarist Chris Stein, Debbie Harry's partner and co-founder of the band. Stein was diagnosed with a rare and life-threatening disease called pemphigus vulgaris, which left him extremely weak and in constant pain. The diagnosis shook the entire band, but especially Debbie, who put her career aside to care for him. She became his full-time caretaker, sacrificing her own health and professional opportunities to make sure he survived. For a woman who was then one of the biggest stars in the world, this was a heartbreaking turn of events. Financial troubles also added to the band's collapse. Mismanagement, poor business deals, and the high cost of their extravagant lifestyle drained Blondie's finances. By the time Chris became seriously ill, the band was already drowning in debt. Debbie Harry later admitted that she felt crushed under the pressure of trying to hold everything together: her partner's health, the band's future, and her own survival. The world thought Blondie had simply faded away, but in reality, tragedy had broken them apart. Debbie Harry's own health also began to deteriorate. Stress, exhaustion, and the demands of caring for Chris left her frail. She described that period of her life as one of the darkest, saying she felt isolated and misunderstood. To make things worse, rumors swirled in the press, painting false pictures of why Blondie disappeared from the scene. Few knew the truth: that Debbie was quietly sacrificing her career to save the man she loved. Though Blondie reunited years later and Debbie Harry continued to perform, the scars of 1982 never truly faded. She admitted that what broke the band was not just fame or financial strain, but the heavy emotional toll of watching someone you love nearly die. For her, the tragedy was personal, and it changed her forever. At 82, looking back, Debbie Harry has finally been open about what really happened. She tells the truth with a mixture of sadness and strength. Blondie's story is not only about music and fame, it's about resilience, love, and survival. What broke Blondie in 1982 was heartbreak, but what kept Debbie Harry going was courage. Her honesty today reminds fans that even icons are human, and sometimes the price of success is much higher than anyone can imagine.